Okay, good morning and aloha. Nice to see you all. I have about 10 minutes, I'm told, because of your busy agenda to describe the unemployment insurance tax situation. So what I'm going to do, with the help of Ryan Markham, who's our spokesman, is to show you our press release, which is up on the board. And I'll ask Ryan to quickly summarize it so you know what's going on and how it's going to affect you. So Ryan?
Okay, so in 2007, the Unemployment Insurance Trust Fund reached an all-time high balance of $552 million, with taxes paid by employers averaging $280 per employee. This was the result of low unemployment rates, which ranged from 2.2% to 3.2%. Hawaii experienced between 2004 and 2007. Under Act 110, which was passed in 2007, unemployment insurance taxes were lowered to an average of $90 per employee for 2008 and 2009. The law included a provision to automatically raise the unemployment insurance tax when the Unemployment Insurance Trust Fund balance dipped below an adequate level. Due to the current recession, the UI Trust Fund has paid out an average of $31.7 million a month since January of 2009. Hawaii ranks among the most generous states in unemployment benefits, paying a maximum of $545 per week for 26 weeks of state-funded benefits and an additional 33 weeks of federally approved benefits. With these generous benefits, higher unemployment rates, we were at 7.2 in August, and lower UI tax collections in 2008 and 2009, the DLIR projects that the UI Trust Fund balance will be depleted by the last quarter of 2010.
Okay. If you could go to the slides, Ryan, real quickly. This information is nothing new. We've been presenting this to the legislature since January of 2009. It's just that now I think the public has gained, been attracted to this because of the fact that the average unemployment taxes are going to go up from $90 all the way up to approximately $1,000 plus in April of next year per employee. Now that's a big jump, but if you put it into a historical perspective, what you'll see is that prior to that, we were paying, at different points $500 per employee. But then, as Ryan said, when we had a big surplus in the trust fund of $550 million, then it was thought that, hey, and everybody agreed, hey, why keep the money in the trust fund? The money should be out in the economy, stimulating the economy. And so that's what happened. But now we're in a recession, and now, as we see it, we're going to have to pay the piper, because in a sense, if you think about it, we're paying $32 million out every month. $32 million out every month for unemployment insurance benefits. Okay? We're not collecting even half of that amount on different months. Actually, we're collecting $21 million if you average it all out per month. So 32 going out, 21 coming in, you can do the math. And so we need to take steps which will put money back into the fund so we can become solvent. And you need to also understand that in the other states, there are 21 other states that already are insolvent, and they're way in a hole. California is about $3 billion in a hole for their unemployment trust fund. So, relatively speaking, because the government has been very prudent and conservative in her fiscal policies, we've been able to maintain this kind of fiscal background and balance. And so that's the gist of it all. I can show you, if we go to slide 27, Ryan, and you can get all of this on our website. This whole presentation is up there if you want to look at it. I think we're looking at 27B. Okay, real quickly, right now we're in 2009, and you look at the average taxes at the taxable wage base is $90. The new employer with no experience rating is paying approximately $221 a month. Next year, based on our projections, and the federal economists tell us that even though the recession may bottom out. But even notwithstanding that, historically what we've seen is that after the recession bottoms out, it's usually about 10 to 18 months of continued unemployment before we really come back down to our pre-levels. And the governor has estimated it would be approximately, to reach 2008 levels, we're going to have to wait until about 2012. So the recovery is anticipated to be very slow. In terms of that, for us to be able to make up the money in the trust fund, and remember, $32 million out per month, that's about $384 billion a year. So you can see that the rate will go up in 2010, depending upon what our balance is at the end of this year and our calculations. It will go up to about either 1,040 to 1,250. Now, the new employer is going to pay roughly $1,500, but the minimum taxes at the taxable wage base will be $450. That's a minimum taxes that an employer may pay if he's had a good experience rating, and the maximum may go up to $2,000. Now, what am I talking about in terms of the minimum taxes? If you would go to chart 27C, all right, what you see there on the very end, on the very first line, it says 0%, and this is for employers, and you go all the way down to the end, it says 31%. 31% of the employers have been paying zero taxes for the past 2 years. That's because they've had a good experience rating. They've kept their employees. They haven't, let them go on unemployment, and so they've been paying zero taxes. What the chart previously shows is that now, instead of paying zero taxes, they're going to be paying a minimum, and that was the previous chart of $450. That's 27B, right? Okay. So that's in a nutshell. Like I said, we've got many pages of all these statistics and all this information. But I just want to share with you this information because you as realtors know that information is power. And if you know this information, hopefully you can plan out or help your friends plan out the future, and we can make adjustments as may be needed. That's in a nutshell. I think I've done more than my 10 minutes. Thank you very much for the opportunity to share this.